I'd like to now tell the story about Chester Stevens. He was from Michigan, ended up in the 28th Infantry Division. He went in at Normandy, and he was KIA, I want to say November of 44 in the Hurtgen Forest. They found his body in March, and then he was declared KIA. So I know about Chester because of a very kind gentleman that I've met through business, Roger Mitchell. And Chester was, I forget, his cousin or his uncle. I think they were cousins. Anyway, Roger told me the story, and he knew about my museum. And so Roger sent me the picture, and he sent me Chester's Purple Heart. And if you want to see something very sad, Mitch, if you want to zero in on this, this is his name inscribed on the back of it. This Purple Heart was awarded to Chester's family, and Roger sent me this picture of Chester. He said in 1947, they brought Chet's body home, and he said he laid in state for 3 days, and he was guarded the whole time, and you can see an NCO guarding him right here. He said after the 3 days of laying in state, the little town he was from gave him a parade, and then they buried him. He was an only child, and Roger said it really just destroyed their parents, this guy's parents. You know, their only baby, KIA. Hurtgen Forest, which was a meat grinder, and his body lay out there for 4 or 5 months in the snow before he was found. Roger told me about how, as a kid, this guy was like his big brother because Roger didn't have a big brother, and he said he always played basketball with him. Chester was a carpenter and a basketball player, blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid, freckle-faced. Apparently a very nice gentleman. So, ladies and gentlemen, I had a stroke a couple years ago, so my memory is not as good as it used to be. Some of the names escaped me. But I'm going to talk about a gentleman that was killed at Anzio. Now then, he was in the 504 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 82nd Airborne. And this is a picture of him at Hill 424 at Salerno, up at Altavilla, hiding in the brush, defending. They called in shipboard artillery to protect their own position when the Germans were overrunning them. But I was given this picture by Albert Clark. This is Albert up on Hill 424. He told me that this gentleman here, when they were at Anzio, they were being shelled, and he jumped in a hole, and he said an artillery shell hit that hole when he jumped in it, and he said it took his head clean off. So this poor gentleman, I'm sorry I can't remember his name, God bless his soul, but he was KIA at Anzio.